Reconstruction is one of the reasons why there's so much internalized racism in the South and why Southern blacks hate Northern blacks.
You can't say like America would be better off without slavery.
Are you saying Southern blacks hate Northern blacks?
They don't, but that's okay. If you want to get into some actual slavery talk, read the Willie Lynch story, like the Willie Lynch letters.
The Willie Lynch theory.
That right there explains why blacks kill blacks. That explains the light skin, dark skin. That explains the
because
it explains
they
everything.
tried to, what white people did was they would try to make classes of the black people to try and separate us, to where some blacks just intrinsically have more value than others. That's why you get the house nigga, slave nigga, where light skins are intrinsically more beautiful.
They feel more entitled.
And the darker skinned blacks have that internalized anti-blackness of feeling like they're ugly, and everyone wants to be the lighter skinned black or mixed with something.
Is that really the opinion though?
Yes. Oh man, you.
That's what?
You don't even know.
Explain it. Oh, light skin, dark skin?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
Wait, no, me first, me first. Let me girl.
Okay, I'll let you go.
I can
I'll let you
stand
go.
up
it's
for
me
this.
first. Okay.
Stand up for this.
I have gotten many compliments from not just white people, but black people saying, you're pretty for a dark, no, not black girl, for a dark girl. Because dark skinned women are seen as intrinsically dirty, poor, angry, ugly. Any negative attribute you have towards the black race in general has also been added to the black female.
And it doesn't even stem from the fact that they're like it's the skin tone. It's just what they've been told from birth.
Because you got to think about it. Back then, you got to split them up.
Yeah.
If you have a united people, the united people will always win.
Exactly.
So
it's
you split
easier
it
to
up
break
to
them
the
up.
white
So
skin and the
like,
dark
if
skin.
you're
The
dark,
dark
you
skin
go
will
to
go out
the
to the
field.
field.
Exactly.
If you're light, you stay in the house. You learn how to read, learn how to write.
Because
So
you are
teach your
closer
children.
to white. Like,
Exactly.
because your shade was almost white, we'll accept you more than the people we put in the field.
Exactly.
But they never accepted them more. They just made them think that they accepted them more.
That's fucked up.
Exactly. Yeah. Willie Lynch story.
Really, Lynch
Put this in your mind and
Please.
read it. It will piss you off.
My
to no
mother
end.
is from South Carolina. My mother's side of the family is from South Carolina. In the summer, it gets hot, but everyone who is after like a certain shade was told, "Okay, Jacqueline, it's time to get out the sun now. You don't want to get too dark."
Exactly. I've heard that so many times.
I've heard that most of my life.
Yeah.
And then there'd be one of those, "Oh, she's such a pretty chocolate baby," as if like my little cousin wasn't just pretty. They were pretty for a dark baby, for a chocolatey baby. Because everyone wants that yellow bone, that red bone, that light skin with the nice hair and the light eyes. No one wants the dark-skinned girl with dark hair and dark eyes, with a weird curl pattern. Because of slavery, because of the house niggers and the field niggers.
But that's also the beauty of Howard's campus, because like
it takes all of it, makes them equal.
Exactly. Howard is about blacks is sus. It's about not even black, minority. I can't even say minority is sus.
Not even minority, because there are people like.
It's about community.
Exactly.
That's the best way to put it. Howard is about community. It's about service, and it's about truth.
Howard takes everyone that came from different levels of society and brings them all to the same level.
Exactly. Because if you and Drew and you had $100 million, it don't matter.
Yeah. You could have your entire education paid for versus someone who's taking student loans and you're still learning the same exact thing, same exact classes, same exact friends.
And nobody
cares.
cares.
Same level, and no one cares.
Exactly. I feel like no one cares because they all chose Howard.
Exactly.
Like it's I don't want to say it's a certain breed of people.
That
sounds terrible.
But
it's there's a certain mindset that you have to have to come to Howard and
I have full rides to other schools.
And yet we chose Howard.
And I still came to Howard. I'm paying out of pocket to go here. Yep. And Howard is worth it every dollar.
I could have stayed in Memphis and gone to U of M for free, but I came here because I wanted a quality education that wouldn't be tampered with by white ideals.
And I got into my dream school, the school I really wanted to go to, and I chose Howard over high school. And it's just,
it's Mecca.
Yes,
the Black Mecca. For a reason.
Well, I'm here at Howard because I definitely wanted to visit a historically black school.
You picked a great one.
This is the best HBC.
Well, I previously was Lincoln University, but
is Hampton HBC?
No,
yeah.
Hampton. I did not go to Hampton.
Sorry.
Trash talking. She goes to Howard, so she automatically talks trash about Hampton. That's just how it is.
Because we're the real HU.
Really, I have this passion for libraries and schools.
Founders.
Founder.
Oh,
Yes,
they
I
have a
was-
Been in there
museum
yet?
in there.
Yes,
It's
yes,
absolutely
yes.
Founders is
breathtaking.
like.
Pretty sure
I was
it's
actually
great.
very impressed with Founders because it's actually like one of the nicest libraries I've.
There's another one on campus, isn't there?
Undergrad,
Yeah.
but it's under reno right now.
Oh.
And then there's the Louis Stokes off of 6th.
There's
That
also
was
the
like science.
the science and
Yeah,
yeah.
that's,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
a
Louis
science.
Stokes.
I don't know the name of it. I
There's
just
a
been there.
library for like strictly for like science. And
It's not strictly
STEM.
for because I go in there all the time, but
It's not strictly for, but it's
STEM.
over in the science wing, so we call it the science
STEM.
lab.
it has it all.
You won't if you're you won't see many people that
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
Seahawks go over there.
And
What's up?
what?
Co-ops.
Did he say
He
Seahawks?
says Seahawks.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to
Co-op.
No.
COAS.
Arts and science and stuff.
You want
And
to
you're
be a
switching
poli
over.
sci.
Yeah, he
No,
doesn't
I'm
even know
not.
what he's talking about.
I'm
We'll let him slide. Once he gets in, he'll understand. He's
You
just
know
an
what?
outsider.
Whatever.
You know what? Let's go back to that very interesting talk because it's the first time I'm having this conversation.
About Lyceum Darcy?
Well, yes, and
So much worse.
It gets so much worse.
This is pretty
Oh my
much
God.
okay. This is the basis. If you have a family, you have a mother, a father, a daughter, and a son. The first thing you have to do, get rid of the father. The reasons why black parents like they seem to not be able to get it together because the image of the black father has been demolished for the last 500 years. They literally take the dad from the situation and sell him as far away as possible. Because if the father's in a situation, that gives a totally new strength to the black family. That also puts stress on the black mother because now she has to be independent and she can never look at the black father the same way. Oh, you want to get deeper? You got ageism, you got classism. Just because you have more potatoes than I do, you automatically get more respect on this field, and we're all slaves. That's just how it is.
And if you pick more, you get respected more. So the more you work for the white man, the harder you work for the white man, the more I respect you because the white
Exactly.
man likes you more.
Exactly.
Because you're working
You
harder.
have more favor. You have more favor by the person that's our master, so automatically you have more respect.
that's fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
Willie Lynch, when I tell you
white
Willie Lynch story will
people are
piss
bad
you
at a
off.
lot of things, but they're
Oh my
really
God.
good
Oh my
at
goodness.
racism.
Where's
They're really good at
Regine?
destroying things. That is their
Have you ever
They're
heard
forte.
talk about this?
that is what they're best
You-
at. Is just
you-
destroying things. Everything they touch goes to shit.
And
If
it's
you pick
still
a
going on today. It's just,
And if you
it's
pick a
just hidden.
situation
It's
where
just
you
not
think
as
it
obvious.
doesn't.
Exactly.
It's the same principle. It's just not as obvious. So most people don't see it.
I
But
mean,
it's still there.
2 words: Belgium, Congo. The Republic of Congo.
Belgium? Oh my God.
King
Rapist.
Leopold III thought Congo because everyone wanted Africa and he got the shit in the stick. So he wanted to run experiments on the blacks there, which is nice. He would cut off the the hands of black people
To see if it would grow back.
to see if it would grow back. He would lobotomize black people to see if they would
What do you
still
think
work
he-
as hard.
Who the fuck is this guy?
King Leopold III of Belgium.
Of Belgium? You don't know about
You don't
Belgium?
know?
Oh my God.
Okay, I'll give you.
It's history.
We need to take this
You
man.
can
Just,
Google it. And it'll
Well, you know, like in
I'm a
terms of
history major,
Belgium,
sorry.
like I'm more familiar with Michel Colomb.
no,
No,
not
no,
New
no.
Belgium. This is back in the
No,
day.
this
Yeah,
is
back-
when
That's
Africa
not
was
recent
getting split
times.
up by villages.
This was in
Yeah.
Victorian age, the Victorian era. So
Oh my
that'd be
God,
like
let me
that
stop.
8.
The reason why Africa is so fucked up today is because everybody wanted a slice of the pie, cut the people in 0%, took everything from the country, we're raping the land. That's the only way I can explain it.
Raping
Literally
the
rape
land.
the land, make these people work hard as shit for no reason,
And-
colonize them, give them a false religion that is not theirs, and own them from the rest of the
You know
world.
what?
And then
Okay,
leave and
we
let
gotta
them
talk
keep
about religion. What religion are you guys ascribing to?
Who want to go first?
Oh, man.
I was born a Christian, but I'm not really sure because I've been trying to, I never.
I'm a
had-
confirmed atheist, so
Oh.
I would just like to put that out there.
I was
I
raised-
do not believe like in anything, so like.
I find comfort in believing at this point.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
like thinking
yeah.
that me having a shitty life is gonna pay out in the end.
Gotta
beg your
put it
pardon?
on something.
I like thinking that me having a shitty life now, and me struggling now, is gonna pay off in
See,
the end.
I have weird beliefs that, like, I guess they stem from Christianity, but they aren't actually like.
That's
Like,
it.
you can't, like, I believe, okay, everything happens for a reason, you know, things like that. There's something is watching.
I
Might
like
as
to
well
think.
just turn it into a Buddhist.
I like to think there is a
Maybe. I
divine
don't know.
figure in the sky, and if it's not God, I don't care who it is. But I just don't want to. I just don't want to have to go to sleep at night thinking that people do this because people are terrible. I want to believe that there is an actual plan that I just don't know.
Can I explain like my viewpoint? First of all, people have religion for hope and because of colonization. I know for a fact that I've been brainwashed to believe in Christianity. I'm comfortable with that. I accept that at this point. But if you go back to the history books and look at all the fucked up things Christians have done throughout time, and most of the time, pretty much any Western
I think it's all religion, though. I think that's what
I don't
needs
think
to be
so.
deconstructed, though.
Taoists,
It's most.
Buddhists.
It's most, but it's not all.
Hindus, don't get me wrong.
Jainism.
Hindus had they had some bad times. They were doing some pretty messed up stuff. But at least now they're allowed to
Like,
Confucianism was good.
let it go.
No.
Taoism is what you. Taoism.
No. Confucianism had its ups and downs.
Exactly. Taoism is like the most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jainism was really good, but they were really extreme. They're like Hindus, but
Judaism.
worse. Not
Terrible.
necessarily,
Worse?
but way more
Didn't
extreme
they, like,
in their
kill
beliefs.
Jesus?
The Jews?
Yes.
Who was
Yeah,
Jewish?
the Romans.
Exactly.
Black on black violence again.
It's Romans that killed the, and technically they were Catholic. If any, well, not Catholic. They wouldn't be Jewish though, because they were the Roman Empire. They were against it.
They were Moorish, weren't they?
Nah.
No.
Moors were the black people.
Moorish were black Jews,
Yeah.
which Jesus was just saying. Jesus wasn't white. The white Jesus that you
Thought I
see.
heard that.
No, the
there
white
we
So
Jesus that you see in
let's
the
let's talk about
actually
Jesus.
white
Like
Jesus.
clearly, you don't believe like what's on some like churches. On some churches,
No,
I've gone
it's
to like and see
history. It's
this
big-
white
No, literally,
Jesus.
Like
that
in
white
history.
Jesus that you see is
Oh no,
one
can I
of the
tell? No,
popes.
no, let me
Oh,
tell you.
let him- Go ahead. Go ahead. You're a history major.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm excited. Okay, so Pope Alexander I was a Moorish Spaniard named, I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Borgia. His son was
I know,
Cardinal Cesare
I know,
Borgia,
I know,
and that's who Jesus was portrayed
If I
as.
sit down.
But Jesus was described as a black guy.
Well, I know about the Borgias, and
Yeah.
one can very much learn more about the Borgias by reading Mario Puzo. And
They supposedly got a Netflix series.
Oh, they had two Netflix.
well,
It's actually
yes,
pretty good.
it's actually
I mean,
you're
you
actually
watch
I
right.
haven't seen it yet. I started watching TV. but
Actually,
I'm
like
up for
it's,
It's
I've
actually
watched
really
the
good.
I've watched all the seasons, and
It's worth the watch.
It's the one.
I've watched it
Not the
because
best
I read the book, the family, and so like I felt it appropriate to watch the series, and I watched it. It was okay. It was okay. I liked the book better.
Of course, the book is always better.
Yeah. And the same thing goes with Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I've
all the
read-
book series. Did you see that Percy Jackson movie?
Oh,
ass.
oh my
But
Yeah.
the books?
Don't
A1.
cut my heart in half.
Avatar.
That
Oh
book
my-
is- Avatar.
The Last
We're
Airbender was
not
terrible.
talking about that.
Oh,
We're gonna
the
let that
casting
slide.
was terrible. Why was Zuko like Indian?
No. Dragon Ball Z, the one Asian superhero they really got, and they made him an Italian guy. What?
Why was Katara white? Why was Sokka white?
The whole
They were
movie
Inuit.
was-
They were supposed to be
Who
dark.
is that Avatar guy? He wasn't even Asian. Like,
He was like some random white kid.
It's
Oh my
just-
God.
They whitewash movies.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want to get.
Oh, Stonewall. Stonewall. That's
Oh
have
my
you guys
God.
seen that yet?
It was a black trans woman who threw the first book, and now it's about a white male protagonist who was straight, and he just, I feel like I really relate to people of color. Bullshit. They
yeah.
whitewash everything.
That's why you shouldn't watch movies in general.
White people ruin everything.
And let's make
We can never have
Indie
anything.
films are cool. Of course, I'm a comic book fan, so of course I go watch Marvel, DC movies. But like all this other stuff, it's just historically
The
based. Read up
historical-
on it before you go see the movie, because whatever they tell you, probably a lot.
The closest thing to historically accurate was probably Remember the Titans of Denzel Washington.
Yeah. the last historically correct
and they
movie.
still change a couple of things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have to though. It's supposed
But
to be
that
for
was
the
the
masses.
closest. Because that Exodus movie where they had a bunch of white people in Egypt wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or that TV show they have now?
Where they had a bunch of white people where white people don't belong.
what was that?
What show am I talking about? No idea.
Which one?
of
Exactly.
And
no,
when they do
that
have a person of color.
Christian Bale movie when he played like Moses.
That's what I'm trying to remember what the
What?
name was.
What?
Isn't that- Oh.
I thought it was Exodus.
Yeah, that's
Exodus.
Battle of the Gods.
Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Gods and Kings.
That's the one I was talking about where they had a bunch
How
of
do you
white
have a movie based in Egypt and there's only
all
white people?
And
Like
No,
the
no,
only
no,
black
no,
person
no,
they
no,
have
no,
is
no.
a slave.
I was about to say they had slaves that were black.
That was it.
What is that? Come on.
And
Egypt,
Whitewashing
but really,
they,
really.
they reinforced the idea that white people were everywhere and white
Yeah.
people did everything. Not saying the fact that it was Africans that introduced their dusty asses to soap
Or healthcare in general.
or numbers. or you know how to actually
Hygiene in general.
Lobotomize.
shower.
I mean, if you want to get all the way back, now is the first technical civilization, and that's a book. You should read that too. You would greatly enjoy it. Now, the first civilization. It was A1. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
You know, like I've actually learned a lot from this conversation because, like, the extent of my knowledge with regards to like
Where did you get all your information?
my information, I got it from reading actually, and
Like online or like in libraries?
um,
Or
I
a
actually,
combination.
well, it's a combination of like information gathering.
The best key for me when I do research and it's not like from a source that I know, I look up the author and I see what race they are, honestly. I'm not lying. Like, if you see a book and it's talking about black civilizations and it's written by a white person, it's going to be biased. You don't need to read it. But if it's written by a black person
Give it a
and you
chance.
get that Ali Muhammad name in there and it's something that's like African, you can
There you
trust
go.
it.
You're on the right. You're on the right path.
Look, read black authors talking about black history, or else you're gonna get the same five.
Well,
years
I'm
old.
actually like very careful with history, and so like I look at it, you know, like I read everything very carefully, and like I always go back to the source and how they are getting their information. Like,
I mean, in all truthfulness, history is his story. Unfortunately,
Not her story.
and so like,
his
and I
is
also
most of the
believe
time
like
a white
I also
hegemony.
believe like
That's just
that
how it is.
I also believe that history is made, and so like
It is.
It is, but it's also subjective.
History has
Whoever's
been
looking.
extremely romanticized as well.
Yeah.
All the wars are great wars, and there were all these men on horseback, and they were so gallant. Not to mention, you know, people were dying of like and burned churches and burned villages. And war is a nasty thing, but every time we get in a war, it's because we forget how terrible war is and we romanticize it. Man, Desert Storm, there were so many heroes.
I've actually,
Fucking Desert
some of
Storm,
my
we should go
friends-
back.
Some
And
of my
then
friends
boom.
from high school like actually joined the military just because they wanted to go to war.
Because they want to fight and they want to be.
But I actually like. What do you think of this obsession, Howard University? Well, I'm just making a comment on this, but like I've seen a lot of pictures Howard University has with regards to military, almost proning military,
Supporting?
Well,
supporting.
He's
It
already.
depends
I
on-
should probably.
Yeah,
take
go
this.
ahead.
This
Go
one's
for
you.
it.
Okay, well, I'm in ROTC, so basically, I'm in training to join the military while I'm in college. So when I graduate from college, I'll be commissioned as second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps.
Okay.
Okay, I did it. I did it for a couple reasons. I did it because one,
They pay
they're paying for me to go to college,
Paying for it.
and all I have to do is give them a couple years of service, and then I'm good for the rest of my life.
Isn't it ink?
And then what?
It's for.
Oh,
It's
four.
It's four. Two, my father was actually in the military, and he didn't join for like a higher sense of being or all this. He joined because he came from a very poor home, basically a trailer park home, and the military was like, "We'll give you money." He was like, "Okay." So the way I see it, it's like the military is going to use you, so use the military. The
Right.
government doesn't care about us.
They look
Whether
at you
you-
as a number.
They look at you as a number, and they're going to
You
use
are
you
a gun.
and use you like a sponge until you have nothing left to give.
Well, actually, like
So-
I was open to like working for the military a limited capacity basis, basically.
Oh, you mean like
but
assistance, like-
in terms of like language-wise, I was willing to assist them with. I was I was talking to them about terrorism and Arabic and French really, and because I spoke those languages, and I was working to become someone who teaches them those languages, or possibly provide like yes, and but they were more like battlefield and killing people, and so like
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad served in Desert Storm.
yeah.
He hated it. He did. Yeah, but I mean, my dad was a French horn player for the Marine Corps. He was he was a machine gunman as well, but
Desert Storm
his
wasn't
main
supposed to be
thing.
like a bloody battle, it's just, you go in and
It was supposed to be based on intelligence.
Basically, you go in, we show our presence. I mean, it's first-hand experience, but I had to study. Go ahead, go.
Like I was saying, my dad was a machine gunman in Desert Storm, and he hated it. He hated the idea of killing people, and after he got back, he served up the rest of his time, and he left. But then, you know, economy changed, shit got real. He ended up working, and he ended up going to Virginia to work as a bodyguard at the Pentagon, and now, like 5 years later, he's Pentagon police. So he got back in the military almost because oh yeah, he's got government paycheck, he's got government insurance, he's got government, which is why my glasses are so nice.
Yeah. That insurance is not a game.
Yeah.
See,
but
it's just like
you use the government.
yes.
The government doesn't care about you, so get what you want out of it.
And until you get to the ranks that start to matter, like general,
But
commandant.
even then, this is how I think about it. Hegemony is the word of the day. If you go into the military and you make it all the way up to the ranks, obviously you have to support practically all their views. So
Become
a
a
person, exactly, a
become
person
a
like
puppet.
us could never make it to the ranks in
You gotta
the
mid-level
military.
that. You gotta mid-level it. You get the nice glasses, you get the shots, you get everything you need. I've had 3 pairs of glasses in the past year because we work for the government. The government doesn't care about us, so why should we care about how the government's spending their money? I'm under the government's insurance, so I'm gonna milk it as long as I can.
you get so
I'm gonna
much
get my new
benefits
glasses,
when you-
I'm gonna get my shot records,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the doctor every time I feel like my stomach hurts a little bit because I don't pay for it.
No,
The
my dad
government.
works his insurance, so I kind of.
We work what the government gives us, and we use what the government gives us. And technically, because my parents weren't even living together, I got free lunch because the government doesn't care about me. So I'm gonna get free lunch. I'm gonna get my AP classes for cheap. I'm gonna do all these things because the government doesn't care. If they cared, they would have checked up on me. So you gotta.
And then, well, this is kind of a side note, but another thing about the military is that they're also racist.
Oh yeah.
Like, I can count the amount of black Marine Corps officers on all of our hands.
Really?
Yes, really.
How many are there in total? There like 300.
Well, in total, they said the estimated amount is like 200 out of 200,000.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
And the ones in the field that I want to go into is like 12, maybe.
Pretty much.
Out of an entire branch of the armed forces, there are 12 black officers doing what I want to do.
What's that?
Ground intelligence.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. It's basically you go out, do some research, you come back.
Are you going to make it?
I hope so. I really do.
all I can
I hope so too, for your sake.
Yeah, that's the dream.
make it number 13. You got this.
I
No,
have,
he is
wait,
gonna
wait,
make it.
don't
It's
be
not a
13, be
choice.
14.
I have other options, but that's the dream. That's the choice.
Don't be 13. Be 14.
I gotta compete with Chris. Chris can be 13.
Yeah, good point. Chris can go first.
He can go first. He can take that.
Let you fill him.
That's so
And so, like, I would definitely like to have a talk with someone who's in the military. How is the military defining terrorism nowadays?
It defines terrorism as you don't agree with our politics.
I
That
was
is
like,
what terrorism.
No, not just that.
Not
you're not white and you don't agree with our
No,
politics.
no. I wouldn't even say that because if you're white and you go over there,
is no
you're
such
dying.
Thing, there's no such thing as a white terrorist. America will never say the word white terrorist.
Oh yeah, they
He
always
was-
give them all their other historical
Every other
background.
title possible but
It's
white,
white
terrorist.
terrorist, exactly.
If you disagree with the government's central ideas
And you're
you
white.
are, you are a terrorist.
But if you're white, you're just, you're rebellious. You're standing up for your beliefs. You're patriotic. You're mentally ill. You're
Mentally
depressed.
ill.
Because if I
you're
go
okay.
into a white church and kill 13 people, I am a terrorist of the state and I am going to die.
And they're not
You
gonna give you the
you are
not
going
gonna
no
make a
you're like
GoFundMe
and
and
you're
raise
going
$1
to be in a
million
lot of
to
trouble
get
if
you
you
out
are
of jail.
killing white people in this
Oh no, he won't
country.
be in
No,
trouble. He'll
I'm
be
gonna
dead.
die.
No,
There's
you-
no in trouble.
I mean, I think so. I
You wouldn't
think
even
so.
get arrested. They
I
kill
think
you on the
so.
spot.
Exactly.
They kill you.
A
on
white
the spot.
person killed children. This is how I knew. Like in my mind, the world was almost okay until I understood
think,
the
yes,
situation. A white person killed children, and they let it slide because of his color.
I think so. I think we got to
They let him
talk
have
more
it his
about
way.
black reaction, because I think black reaction is very poor nowadays. And,
Obviously.
I think we need to talk more about that, in the sense that there are a great number of people in jail, and the Department of Mental Health, who are people of color, and nobody is talking about them.
Oh, did you know that they ruled Sandra Bland over into a homicide? Because no one told me on the news. I looked it up online.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh. Now it. I didn't know that. Now
Yeah,
it's a homicide.
now it's a homicide because we finally chilled the fuck out and we stopped saying, say her name, Sandra Bland, Sandra Bland. And once we stopped being vocal about it, they told us the truth, that it was ruled a homicide.
Sounds all right. Can't let black people know.
But who did it? We'll never know.
Police officer probably.
Exact- No, clearly.
Duh.
Clearly. They have video evidence of the man throwing away the trash bag that killed him.
She was on her back in her mugshot, and she was already dressed in her outfit. She was dead.
And so, like, are you saying that the military is not considering terrorists those people who are killing people?
No.
No, they're just misunderstood.
It doesn't matter who you kill as long as you're making profit from it. If you look at Egypt, let's go back. They had a coup d'etat, and like say coup d'etat. I don't speak French. Anyway, somebody overthrew the horrible government that was happening. 11? Give it a year later, America's like, hey, you got right here. Bought somebody out, told them to do the same thing.
Yep.
Because they were not going for America. Once you leave the America's ways of interest, you're gone.
Well,
That's what they
actually,
did
like, we should talk more about that coup d'etat, because it wasn't really a coup d'etat. It was like
Political overrun.
It was
I think there was something that was preparing before then, and America was training young bloggers, and so like we're not talking about that.
At all. Why would we? Again, it's against America's interests.
Saying that there was a homicide.
Really?
They basically found somebody to replace him. They're like, all right, we'll kill him. You take it.
no. I mean, we can even.
And then
go
I
back-
Or the fact that he was
think-
a part of
I
the
think-
CIA and
I think
helped us with a
I
lot
think-
of intelligence.
Yeah, I think we got to talk more about America's hypocrisy in like supporting some people on one occasion and then dropping them when they.
They claim it's all about democracy.
It's
That's
not
what they're
democracy.
It's
trying
about
to
capitalism.
do. Yeah, exactly. It's about capitalism. That's why they went to Vietnam, and that's why they're intervening in Korea. And that's
Not
why-
because they're against communism, but they're against losing profits.
Yeah, communism was finna take their profit.
That's
We
I
ain't going
swear.
for it.
Like that's why if Donald Trump becomes president, this world's going to shit.
Did y'all not see the post?
I hope not.
I call
I
the
hope
piece
not.
of the field with the most shade. I call it shit right now. Because we all going back.
Well, I really hope. If we are talking about Donald Trump, that I want to say this, that he does not become president, especially like after what I have gone through and what he has said about immigrants. I hope he really doesn't
If
become.
you're an immigrant in any way,
Wait,
shape,
no,
or
I'm
form,
black.
and you vote for Donald Trump, you've lost your shit. That's just how it is. Because he's trying to kick out everybody who's not white.
I think so. I think so.
Obviously.
And I think he has made like incredibly this is very insensitive remarks.
Racist? You
I
can say
th-
racist.
I
No, they
think
were
so.
racist.
Yes, I think so.
Donald Trump. Did you know what he said about Hispanics?
Oh, yeah,
my
he's-
God.
He said, "I'm gonna build the best fence possible
The
and keep
best
them out."
fence.
What?
Oh,
On
did I
national
mention he's
TV.
also a rapist.
What?
Berlin.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna-
he's a.
It's literally gonna
Don-
be like the Berlin Wall surrounding the entire United States.
Donald
Yeah,
Trump
he's trying to
is
build another-
a violent rapist.
He's trying to.
He had his scalp surgery, and he went to the same place that Ivanka, his wife, went for her plastic surgery, and he was in pain, and he went home, and he's like, "You fucked me over. That was terrible. I'm going to shit. Blah blah blah." And then for the first time in years, they had. Well, I can't say that I had sex. He raped her, and she went to interviews, and she told them, and she tried to press charges, but he bought his way out. He raped Ivanka Trump. He is a rapist and a racist, and basically he's sexist. Basically any you can think of is
But
Donald
he has
Trump.
enough money to run for president because at this point, running for president is about how much money you have in your pockets.
I think so. I think you're quite right. And do you
Bernie
not?
Sanders
people
needs to be
support-
president.
Yes. And the fact that people support.
Did you not read D's? Okay, D's nuts for president. Not gonna lie, if you go read this man political page,
Well,
He's like
I've actually like
he's
I've actually,
15.
He's a 15-year-old that
kid from
literally
Ohio,
sang
but
everything.
his political page was lit. I'm not gonna lie about it.
You
Oh my
haven't heard
God.
of these nuts?
It's
No,
It's
just
not a
okay.
joke,
Pretty
not a
much,
joke.
they had a poll. Donald Trump had like a good 30%. He was on top. Hillary Clinton had a little bit less than Donald Trump, and then D's nuts actually got like almost 10% of the vote.
He's like,
these
Just
nuts
because-
was ahead of Bernie Sanders.
yeah.
Exactly.
Bernie Sanders is a good one.
Like people.
He's old. That's
What
why
a-
people don't want him.
I know,
Like,
but
it's
what
the
a
same
world
thing.
we live in where you have to tell people, please don't vote for these nuts. You're ruining your vote. God, I love 2015.
Really though, the fact that famous people
People
can
are voting
make
strictly
themselves
off the
president.
things, man.
They are.
That's not even fun. It's
But
just ignorance.
I would prefer Clinton winning over. Like,
At least I won't
oh,
go back
yeah.
to slavery. Like,
Yeah.
that's
No,
my main
but,
focus.
you
As long
know-
as I don't have to go back to the slave
But
field,
I still have to be
I'm good.
subjected to white feminism.
you have to take that out.
I'll stay out the field for white feminism.
Yes.
White, okay.
tell me about
White
that.
feminism
Oh,
is
here we go.
Again. Round number 4.
white feminism is basically. I'm just gonna. Hillary Clinton claims that she shattered the glass ceiling, but
Can I
here's what
can I have a seat?
Oh.
Of course. Get
By all
comfortable,
means.
please. You're gonna be
Hillary
here.
Clinton shattered the glass ceiling and then built it out, and then she rebuilt it right behind her white ass. She claims that she's in it for white. Well, no, sorry. She claims that she's in it for the ladies' vote. You're gonna get your pro-choice and women's rights and all this stuff. But she's talking and the wage gap. I'm gonna give you guys that extra quarter. You're gonna earn it. That extra quarter's not doing shit for me. I'm still earning less than everyone else in this world. No, that 1 quarter is gonna make white people equal to white men. But that extra quarter
Ain't
does
doing nothing for a
absolute
black female.
nothing to me. For every 70, like white women make.
Well,
76 cents per
I'm
dollar.
actually like, to be honest with you, like I'm actually telling people not to vote.
No, don't. No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm actually
That's
saying
how Donald
because
Trump's gonna win.
because you have no rights, and so like why would
No,
you
I
vote?
mean,
No.
But it's pretty much
no,
choosing.
no,
At this
no.
point, it's choosing the lesser of evils.
Yes.
I'm
Like,
okay
would you
with
rather
that.
go back to being a slave, or would you deal with the racism?
Well,
I
you know,
would
like
rather have white feminism than have Donald Trump as my president.
so like who would you vote for at this point?
A Democrat. Any Democrat.
And no, don't say that because you got some dumbasses in the Democratic Party.
I would rather vote for Hillary Clinton, and I hate her. I hate her with a passion, but I will vote for her before you ever see me for Donald Trump.
Hell yeah, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Kanye
I'm going
West is
to the-
running for president.
I would vote,
for
personally.
Kanye
I would
West.
vote for
West.
Kanye and these nuts over
I would
Donald
vote for
Trump.
Waka Flocka Flame before I would vote for Donald Trump.
Hell no.
Walk up for president before I vote for freaking Donald
There
Trump.
are so many people. I would vote for my
If
fifth
Donald
grade
Trump
teacher who
wins,
put me in
this world
detention
is
for the first
over.
time, and I hated her.
My
Before I
teacher was a dick too.
before I would vote for Donald Trump, because I value myself. I love myself,
No,
and
that's your move, bro. You already heard this.
I can't. I would rather don't tell people not to vote. And it's not even because every vote counts, but because you're telling people who will listen. You're telling the young people who actually matter. Old white men will win if we do not vote.
Well,
We cannot have old
Just
white
say
men
don't
win.
vote for Donald Trump in the
Yes,
Republican
that-
Party. at this
please
point.
do that.
Well,
Also, not to
well,
vote, just say don't vote for Donald Trump.
I'm saying Donald Trump is racist, and like people should not go to the polls because they have no rights. And
Oh.
Yeah, we don't.
We know.
But the little power that we do have, we need to use. It's not like we have absolutely nothing.
But
We got
have
something.
like this much.
We
Yeah.
got
And
to
this is enough to
That
where
is
Donald
enough.
Trump will not be
doesn't have to
president.
win.
Yes.
Exactly. We have enough to change some.
But
All I
takes
need
everyone.
all we need is a third party Republican, and then Donald Trump is going to have a split vote, and it's going to be glorious, and no one on the Republican side is going to win. Because Bernie Sanders will just drop out. He said he's not going to go independent. But Donald Trump, if he doesn't get the Republican nomination, he's going to go independent, and fucking no Republican's going to win.
This is the whole thing,
I'm
though.
okay
The
with it.
Republican Party, Donald Trump is practically saying all the things that you can't say out loud as a Republican.
Yeah.
And they're like, I relate
Exactly.
so
They're
much.
clapping their hands under the seat because, like, you can't say that in public and not get shot unless you have billions of dollars. Who has billions of dollars? Donald Trump.
I'm
We'll
still
let him
confused.
run with it.
I'm still confused on how he's so rich, but his hairpiece is so bad.
Nobody knows. Question. That should be philosophy question number one. What is life? What is Donald
Like
Trump's
he has a
hairpiece?
squirrel on his head.
But I mean, in all truthfulness, like capitalism is what's running the country, and Donald Trump is the picture of capitalism for any white person. So that's why he's getting so many votes. Don't get me wrong, he's dumb as hell.
I
But
still like, you know, like it's for me. I'm not sure how you guys feel, but I still don't know how more people could be listening to him than
anybody else.
Bernie Sanders.
Because you got to think about it. No,
it's not even what
like,
he's saying; it's what he stands for.
he stands for
exactly.
money.
For the wasp.
Think about this. Think about this. If let's say you live in a trailer park, you don't know shit about shit. You're white and you want money. This man it's practically the same thing that happened with Hitler. He's coming into a broken place and saying, "I will give you free money." That's all it is. He's promising you riches that he does not have in his back
Are
pocket.
we the Jews?
Yes, we are the
Hispanics
Jews.
are Jews.
No,
Well, he's not.
Minorities
well,
are the Jews.
actually, like, it's like
oh my God,
this rich dude who is.
Tell you, I want the place with the most shade. I'm claiming that.
Well,
shit right
like,
now.
I still don't know how these rich folks are getting the media time they are by saying racist stuff, and they are getting the audiences they are by saying the racist stuff, the most racist things, and so like that doesn't fit with the idea of the democracy, like
At all.
no.
But when was the last time you could honestly say America was a democracy?
Well, it's
Never? Okay then. Like, shit doesn't exist.
no.
Athens, Greece had the first and only democracy. That is
And
it.
that shit was a mess.
And that sucked.
It wasn't it like aristocrat?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was the wasps. But you know, they didn't have Protestants.
And it was still like white power over no women.
It was-
No darker shades, no women.
You had to own a certain amount of land.
You actually just had to own one.
Yeah, it wasn't a
own
certain
land.
amount, just
It was like, if you own this brick right here, you can.
It's my brick.
me and my brick. It's going through the wall.
Let me give my brick.
Really though.
But it was a mess. But, you know,
It was better than
their
what we
mess.
got. Exactly.
Like, you know, sometimes, like, I don't want to. Okay, so I was in history class last year. And I don't remember who we were talking about, but it was probably just a really shitty white person, as usual. And they put him in power of a country, and instead of kicking them out, they're like, he's a terrible person, but he's our terrible person. It's okay, because he's one of us.
America has the biggest rug and like the deepest, dirtiest closet you could ever think of.
And they don't even have a lock on it. They just close the door.
Exactly. They put it ajar, like it's a crack. You can obviously see the crack if you're looking for
But
it.
if
And
you-
God
but they-
forbid you decide
Don't
to
open that
that
door.
door.
Yeah, don't open the
God
door.
You just
forbid
gotta walk
decide to
past
open
it.
the
Then you're gonna be one of us.
door. Exactly.
You're not going to sleep at night.
The outliers.
You're done.
Exactly.
Who are you? Dead.
Because I'm trying to get information, and
Trying
the
to open the door.
Don't open the door.
yes.
Oh, he's already opened
I wish you the best of luck, but you got a long way to go.
It's a deep closet.
That's a deep closet.
The closet is not
It's a
even
walk-in
it's
closet
abyss.
that
It's a black
turns
hole.
into a basement.
That goes into another basement.
That goes into the Undertown Railroad.
No,
Then you
that's
go
not
all
what
the way
Harry
down
Cummins
that
is.
shit.
We're not putting Harry Cummins in this.
She
not-
didn't make it though. She's just the
We're not
owner
putting
of
Black
that
Moses
shit.
in this. Don't put Black Moses. Why is
That's just
Black
how
Moses?
deep and dark it
Don't put
is.
Moses.
Like no, that closet is the deepest closet you could ever think of. It's just not the move. It is the move, but it's not the move.
Well, we
It's
mean,
just-
it's one of those, it's bittersweet. It really is. You're going to feel so good at first. You know, like, I'm no longer brainwashed.
No, I
I'm
was
free of
mad
this
at
capitalist bullshit.
It's just
But then you start thinking, you're like, you have been lied to your entire life about every single thing that you
Matrix.
know. Every single thing that you know is a lie.
and you
I'm not-
want to just tell people like.
But
make
when
sure
you tell
everyone
people
knows
that
it.
aren't awake, why are you doing this? Why are you
Exactly.
so angry? Jacqueline, this is
It's
America, the
something you
land
have
of
to
the free.
realize on your own. It's not something you can just
Yeah.
tell someone and hope that they.
You just have to.
You can try. But
You're gonna
if
lose
they
some
don't want
friends.
to, if they don't want to learn.
Well, I've actually lost friends. That's
Yeah,
all
you
I.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Definitely. That's
Cut
good.
that evil
means
out
you
your
don't need
life.
Exactly.
Not
Well,
let
I'm
the
actually like
devil